Okay.
So when you submit a Journal of Business Research, one of the first decisions you will have to make is which track to submit to. Now that might seem like an obvious thing, and you might just simply think, oh, my paper fits with marketing or fits with retailing. How important is this choice really? It is actually very important. So what we have done in organizing the journal in those tracks means that we also have built specialized boards around them. So the associate editors, the ERB members, they all have specialized skills to review your papers. So you really want to give some thought to what kind of theories am I actually discussing within the context that I'm publishing on. And look then also at our ERB board members. So who would be a fitting person that you could potentially also recommend to review your paper? That means that you get the best possible service for your paper. Additionally, you might think, well, actually, my paper isn't so clear-cut one or the other. And that's okay. Actually, the value of JBR is that we are so interdisciplinary, and we can still judge that. So if your paper comes in marketing and potentially it's also CB, that's very possible. And we will make sure that we got those grounds covered in our ERB members. So don't worry too much about that. What is important is really to think, am I discussing theories that are relevant? And I'll give you a very clear example. So one of my tracks is service research. Now I get quite a few papers where people say, oh, here's my paper, and I've conducted my research in a service setting, for instance, at a bank. So I'm submitting it to the service track. And my typical response will be, but what is it that you're actually researching that is relevant to service-related theories? And sometimes that's totally not the case. So I would reject the paper, but if we see merit in it, we would still recommend you to submit to another track. And ultimately, what is going to change soon at JBR is that if your paper gets through, our table of contents is going to be organized in those sessions for the tracks, and then people will have an easier time to find your paper.